Hey, it's Nyla. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. Today I'm going to walk you through how I set up the nursery for my one-bedroom apartment. I kind of liked encompassing all the different elements of the universe. So the main theme that I wanted to have has to do with like the moon and, the earth and the sky, just natural elements like that. I really wanted it to be very soft and very light since it is for a baby's nursery. I also really wanted to make sure that it blended really well with the rest of my bedroom and it had more of a seamless appearance, but also sort of stood out on its own so that everything kind of worked in unison with each other. So the artwork that I chose for the nursery, I really wanted to have something that kind of encompassed the earth and sort of like this fairy tale appearance without it being so much a fairy tale. So I did find a wall decal from Amazon, and the wall decal that I found has this tree branch sort of effect, and it's got the birds and the falling flowers. I really love the color palette that they had because it really coincided with the rest of the nursery. Installation of the wall art was really simple. So it actually came in pieces and the pieces are numbered. So basically what you do is you line it up ahead of time, you like map out where the pieces go, and then you can just unpeel it and stick it to the wall. And I believe you can remove it and put it back on, like to readjust it as necessary. I did a video on my Instagram, so if you want to see how I put up the wall decal, you can head over to my IG and check that out. So the other artwork that I have is this really beautiful poem that my sister actually found, and she used it in my baby shower. And what I decided to do was I really wanted to recreate the poem and have the colors match the nursery setup. So basically I just took the original artwork and I copied it and changed the colors, and the same thing with the poem. So I knew I wanted to have the poem in there because I knew that it incorporated the theme of my nursery and everything that I wanted my nursery to stand for. The poem is so beautiful. Once I recreated it, I went ahead and got it printed in the larger print at Staples, and then I put it into a picture frame that I already had. And also for the moon, so my daughter's name is Selah. It means a celestial from the skies. In another form, it also means like heavenly, happiness, bliss. So you'll see throughout my nursery the theme of like the moon. It's the ultimate sign of femininity, and I just really love the idea of having a moon and this sort of celestial fact to go along with my nursery. So the other piece of artwork that I have is also from my baby shower, which is the moon, which I really wanted something that would fill in the space next to the picture frame, and I felt like that would be perfect. So the dresser that I did is actually an IKEA hacked dresser. Once again, I showed how I hacked this dresser over on my IG, but I'll go ahead and talk about it again and how exactly I hacked it and what I did. So I found this really pretty wallpaper. I fell in love with it instantly. It has a sort of semi-raised pattern to it, so it's got a little bit of texture to it, but it's still all white and it still fit with the aesthetic that I was looking for. And the handles of the dresser, I really wanted to do something a little bit different than just regular pulls. I found these really pretty leather pulls from Amazon. I cut up rods that I found at Home Depot and I painted them, and then I just used a little bit of hot glue to attach the rods to the pull. So one of the challenges of building this dresser was it was a little bit more involved than some of the other IKEA furniture that I'm used to, and at the time I only had a screwdriver. So it really like killed my wrist. So if you're planning on putting together like this IKEA dresser, I would definitely recommend you using a screwdriver. There were parts where I had to take it apart because I attached things to the wrong side and put it back together again. So definitely get a drill when you're putting this together, and don't try to do it with just a screwdriver like I did and mess up your wrist. So the way that I organized my dresser, I really wanted the top right drawer to have mostly everything that I needed in it because I knew that that would be the main changing station where the baby would be at, because that's also where the diaper changing pad was. So I really wanted to organize it in a way that made sense. Originally, I had the 0 to 3 month sizes. But now that my daughter is 3 months old, I've just started to transition it into the 3 to 6 month sizes. She was extremely tiny when she was born, and she actually wore the sizes that she had. Even the newborn sizes were kind of small on her. So now she's actually just starting to transition into the 3 to 6 month sizes. So I've kind of swapped those out on that drawer side. And then you'll also see that the newborn sizes, I've actually moved those to the drawer with all of the extra diapers that I have. I'm going to give them to my niece eventually. She loves playing with dolls. She loves to dress them up and like change their diapers and things like that. So I'll probably also give her some of the diapers, the newborn diapers that I have that I actually didn't use, so that she can, play with those. And the rest of them I'll just end up donating, along with some of the wipes that I know that I'm not going to use. So for this drawer, I have the onesies I typically put her in. I have the extra wipes here because I go through those like pretty frequently. I have a set of diapers here so that I can easily just change her while keeping my hand on her in case she rolls or anything like that. And I also have her slippers and her bibs. She just started to be extremely drooly, so she's actually going through a lot of bibs. And then I also have her socks and slippers, and these are the items that I'm using for her most right now. For the other drawers, I sort of just organized it depending on the sizes. So the drawer directly to the left, I ended up doing like the 3 to 6, which I've kind of transitioned into the 6 to 9 months. I've also got some of her pants in there and other items that I don't readily use, but that I can prepare to use and easily transition them. Some of the other drawers, I have special items like Halloween outfits, something that she'll only wear like once a year. I also have some extra blankets. So the drawer that I have just below my main drawer is where I keep her bath items. Not all of her bath items. I keep her bath towel and washcloth. I keep extra things for the diaper changing pail, extra bags, and I also keep additional wipes there. All of the shelving that you'll see in my space, I actually created these shelves. I went to Home Depot and I got a large piece of wood, and if you tell them the sizes that you need, they have someone there who will cut it down to size for you. They're usually pretty nice about it. So far I haven't really had any issues with them cutting down sizes for me. So when I created these shelves, I just measured out the shelving that I would need based on the sizes. So the closet corner that I did, I really wanted to find a way to incorporate some type of hanging storage for her. I knew I wouldn't be folding everything. I knew there would be outfits that I wanted to have easy access to. So I decided to make this small space in the corner next to our closets. And once again, I created these shelves. So I also made a video of this. You can also check that out on my IG. So this closet corner actually works out really well for me. I love the way that it came out. I have super easy access to her little outfits when I want to put a nice outfit on her. It really fits with the aesthetic of the room. For the shelves attached to the rod shelf combo, I was able to add like little baskets that gave me additional storage. So some of the baskets are items that I don't use like super frequently, but they're things that I want to have like little keepsakes and things in because they are so tall, and I would need a ladder to get up there, but it also matches the aesthetic of the room, as well as doubly works to also include storage. So for her name sign, I looked around a little bit I obviously started with Etsy because that's where you go for customized name signs. But I ended up finding this on Amazon for a little bit cheaper. I have to look up the price and exactly how much I paid. What ultimately made my decision was the style of the font. I really love the style of the font. I love the way that the S curled and just the way that the letters came together. And when I actually got this in, I was so pleasantly surprised by the thickness of it. It has like a little bit of weight to it without being too weighty. I thought it was going to be super flimsy for the price that I paid. And the color was actually a little bit more of a natural color, but I painted it in the same wood color that I used in the rest of my space so that everything would match and have this sort of seamless appearance to it. And if I haven't already, I'm also going to add that video to my Instagram to show you the process of what it looked like before and and obviously what it looked like after I painted it. So for my nursery cart, my use of it has evolved from when I came home to the hospital to now, and I'm pretty sure it's going to continue evolving with the items that I've added to it. Initially, the items that I added to the nursery cart, they were items that I would readily just be able to reach for without getting out of the bed as I was recovering. I would keep her wipe warmer over here. I would also keep the little diaper bags there. I kept my medicine there that I was using during recovery. Now, as I've started to transition, I can move around a lot more. I've changed it to use the items that I more frequently use. Since I don't currently have a nightstand here, which I do plan on adding a nightstand, I keep the TV remote here. I also keep some diaper bags just in case I need to add whatever in there. I have water bottles here, so during the night when I get thirsty, she's still eating like every 3 hours, I can just quickly grab a water bottle and have some water while I'm feeding her in the bed. I'm still taking my prenatal since I'm breastfeeding, and I also have my probiotics. So these are the pills that I'm readily using every single morning before I even get out of the bed. I have them here. You'll also see that this is where I charge my breast pump. I also have little sensory books here for if we're just waking up, we haven't gotten out of bed yet, and she wants to play. I don't have to get out of the bed and go to her library. I can just grab a little book here, walk her through it while we're still in the bed and kind of entertain her a little bit. I also have her shower caddy, so I can quickly grab her shower caddy and take it to the bathroom when it's time to give her her bath. So her diaper pail, originally in the mock-up design that I did, I had her diaper pail on the side where I have the cart, but it just didn't make sense. I ended up switching it when I came home from the hospital because functionally it just worked a lot better, and her diaper pail is next to where I change her at, so I can immediately just throw the diapers in there without even moving away from the diaper pail. So I also forgot to mention the items that I'm keeping on top of my dresser are the items that I'm pretty much using every single day. I always use her wipe warmer. I actually love it. I know some people don't really care to use it, or they think it's unnecessary. However, I love it. I know it's a difference. She doesn't cry as much or, make scrunched up faces or anything like that. So it's just a little bit of comfort for her to not have a freezing cold wipe on her butt when I'm changing her. And also the humidifier. I used this a lot when she got sick and it really helped. I don't use it as much now. I don't turn it on every day, but for newborns, when you do bring them home from the hospital, they are super mucousy and it helps a lot to clear them up. And also in the winter time, the air is super dry, so I definitely want to make sure that I'm using this, even if it's not every day. I do want to make sure that I'm regularly using the humidifier. I also have her baby cam set up so that it can see into her bedside sleeper. So right now for the bedside sleeper, it worked out really well. We still have a lot of space with the bedside sleeper next to the bed. I forget the weight limit that it goes up to. If we're still here, eventually we'll have to change out the bedside sleeper and end up putting a crib. And what I think I'll end up doing is taking the TV out of the bedroom and putting the crib there. We don't really watch TV in the bedroom. I try not to watch TV in the bedroom, but I knew during my postpartum recovery that I would want to have a TV in the bedroom because I knew I wouldn't be making too many trips up and down the stairs to go to the living room, and I would be spending a lot of time in the bed just recovering. So I definitely wanted to have a TV here. Sometimes I actually use it now for just ambiance if I want to just lay in the bed and have the TV there in the background when I'm just on my phone or reading or writing or doing some other type of activity. So the other thing with breastfeeding, I know that a lot of times people will have a nursing chair in their nursery. So for me, I have a desk/vanity combination that I did. Again, one bedroom apartment, so I want to make sure to utilize the space the best that I can. So the chair that I purchased, it is actually it rocks sort of back and forth. It doesn't rock like a rocking chair. It does have a nice wide seat, a nice wide back, and it is super comfy. So I do utilize that sometimes when I'm breastfeeding her. I haven't used it so much now, but earlier on I did utilize it a lot more. I guess some people prefer a rocking chair. I don't know. For me, it wasn't super necessary, and since I had this chair already, it was a lot easier for me to just, use it and save a little bit of space. So I really wanted to make sure that we had a library set up for her. I did 2 shelves in a walnut color. I really wanted like a warm brown that would offset some of the lighter, creamier tones that I had going on in the space. And walnut is my favorite type of wood. I also found these shelves on Amazon. I ended up readjusting the heights. I really wanted to maximize space, so I put the hamper down below, and I also have a small section for her toys. Obviously, she is an infant. She doesn't need a whole lot of toys. She's still developing. Everything is super new to her, and everything's super interesting to her. So I also utilized this basket, and I got the little elephant for my job. They were really nice and sent me that. So for the library, it just made a lot of sense to put it in between the closets. I had the space there, and it just fit pretty seamlessly with the rest of the space. So overall, I really love how my nursery turned out. I love how it fits so seamlessly with the rest of my bedroom. Obviously, there were some challenges in getting it together and making sure that everything worked together. Doing the mock-up really helped. I did a mock-up in SketchUp to get the sizes, play around with sizes and shapes and see what would fit width-wise, height-wise, and if you're familiar with SketchUp, I would definitely recommend. You can actually probably do something similar in Canva. I know a lot of people are familiar with Canva. I used Canva to play around with different color palettes, and that also helped me to visualize the entire space all together. So that is it for this video. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up, and if you like me, please make sure to subscribe. I release videos every Thursday, and I'll see you next week. Bye.